Hi everyone, it's Jess with KinderStampO, and today I'm going to share with you the second sketch in the KinderStampO Sketches collection. As you may recall, a couple of weeks ago I shared with you this first sketch. I had a lot of fun playing with this, and I see that you guys did too. I saw some amazing projects that were shared on my page, so thank you so much for doing that. I'm just going to show you the two cards that I made. Here goes the first one, and it's just a simple, beautiful card with just some really nice monotone type of colors, and I used for this one of my favorite punches by McGill. It's one of their dimensional punches, and this one is called the Bird. So if you guys don't have it, you definitely should get it. I love birds, and I love being able to do my own interpretation with the punches, so I had a lot of fun with this. The next one I did was a take on the sketch, and this is what it came out with. It was a Mother's Day card that I made. Again, a different take on the sketch, but still incorporating all of the elements. So really, really fun. So let's move this over to the side, and I'll show you the sketch number 2. Here's what I came up with for this sketch, and I had lots and lots of fun of playing with this. I wanted to do something that incorporated polka dots and stripes, and I know it looks really wacky, but I can tell you that it's really easy to make, and it's not really crazy as it seems. So kind of what I did was these colors right here, all these background colors, the way that I interpreted it is I wanted them to be the same piece of paper. So let's say the base of my card is going to be craft. This is going to be craft. The back of my circle will be craft. This little layer here will be craft, and the back of my sentiment will be craft. And then this right here and this right here are just two of the same tone colors. So I'm going to be using a couple of teals. So my stripes will have a teal tone to it, and my polka dots will have teal. And then there's a back layer to here. So this back layer and this back layer will both be the exact same piece of paper in teal. So you kind of get an idea of where I'm going with this. And then here I'm just going to put a simple bow. Whatever you like, you can go either really crazy or really simple. And then here I'll put a cute sentiment and an image here. So it can be either an image, a punch, a stamp, anything you want, just something within this circle to fill in that space. So let's go ahead and start making this. I've gone ahead and pre-cut all of my pieces. So we have our base of our card, which is just going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 side open card. Then we're going to have these pieces here, which are just going to be one of my squares. Here goes my second square. So you see I have stripes here, like I do here. And then I have polka dots here, like I do here. And the backs are the exact same color, right? Then we're going to have this simple stripe that again is the same color as the back. So we have, this is the base color, and then this matches the base color, right? So it's just a simple strip. Then we're going to have this, which is going to be our circle, again matching the cardstock, which is craft. This is going to be the circle that goes in the center where I'm going to put my image. Here's going to be the little block for my sentiment. And then we're going to go ahead and add something in the center. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Tim Holtz Distress ink in Vintage Photo because I want this card to look vintagey. And I'm just going to ink up the edges really quickly like this. So there we go. Now we have our edges nice and inked. I'm going to do the same thing to this background teal. So just ink it up. And then I'm going to also ink up the other pieces of paper. So we're just simply inking these up just to add a little bit of extra detail, make it look a little bit more vintagey and distressed. You guys know that I love doing that to my projects, so just inking them all up. And then we'll go ahead and we'll ink our circle as well. And we'll ink this one also. And there's these two little pieces here that are going to be for our sentiment, so we'll ink these also. Maybe next time I should ink before I share so that we don't have to ink on the show, but that's okay. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering. So I'm going to use for this project my Helmer's craft glue. I know a lot of you guys like using tape runners, and that's fine. I just like to, like I've mentioned in the past, there's an awful lot of humidity in Texas, and I find that if I use tape runners, sometimes my projects lift. So I find that using a liquid adhesive works, it's more effective for me. So that's what I'm using for this particular project. I just went ahead and put a piece of white paper underneath to make sure that we don't have too much glare. So we'll just continue to glue the layers on here. Again, using our Helmer craft glue. And I don't have to be over generous with it. A little bit goes a long way. So there we go. We have our first 2 layers. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the next 2 layers that are just going to be like this. So we'll put our base down first. And just kind of eyeball where to place it down. We'll put it there. And then we'll put our polka dot layer on top. I feel like if I hold the tip of the glue bottle close to the paper, I get just the right amount of glue. So that's just a quick tip for you guys. So now we have this, right? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little strip of random craft paper here, and I'm just going to put a little glob of glue on it like that, and I'm just going to run it straight across my project. I know you're probably saying, what was I thinking when I put that there? I don't know. I just wanted to break up the page a little bit. So I wanted to put it right there. The next thing we'll do is we'll take our circle. Again, just put adhesive on it and put it right here in between the 2. Okay, so now we have that. So now let's go ahead and work on our sentiment and our image, which is probably going to be the most detail. And for this particular project, I'm going to be using the KinderStampO Vintage Love set. And from this, I'm going to be using the Scent with Love because I'm going to make this card, believe it or not, with a little bird. So I'll use the Scent with Love, and I'm actually going to use one of the hearts too. So we'll use that. And then for our image, I'm going to use one of the sweet birds, again, from the McGill Birds Punch, which I absolutely love. We're going to go ahead and emboss it. I'll show you how we do that in a second. So let's go ahead and just grab our sentiment. And this one says, Scent with Love. And I'm going to use just a turquoise colored ink, and I'm just going to lightly press into the ink like that and center it in the middle right here, and there we go. So now we have this image that says Scent with Love. Again, I'm just going to take my craft glue and just put a little bit of glue along the back here and place it in the center of this background right here. And then we're going to put it on here. So let me just grab a couple of Helmer Zap Dots for that. And these are what they look like. They're the 1/2 inch Zap Dots. And I'm just going to grab 2 of them, put one on each corner because this will work perfectly for here. And we'll put our sentiment right there. So you guys see already how it's starting to match the sketch. We'll move this over to the side. And then I'm just going to kind of work on this. What I'm going to do is I pre-cut one of these little birds, and I'm going to put it there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little heart underneath it, so I'm kind of eyeballing where I want it. So I'm just going to, again, press into my ink pad, and then I'm going to kind of position it right over here. So there we just have a really simple little heart, and that's pretty much going to be the most stamping we're doing for this project. So now I'm going to take the bird that I pre-cut, And I'm just going to press it into my embossing powder. So we're just pressing it into here like this, making sure we get enough of that embossing stamp pad on it. And then I'm going to turn a piece of paper around and put my little image on there. I'm going to use the Lindy Stamp Gang Moon Glow two-tone embossing powder. This one's in Weeping Willow Green Gold. You've seen me use this before. It's one of my absolute favorite Lindy Stamp Gang colors. It has like a goldish teal color to it, and I absolutely love it. So we're just going to go ahead and put that on there like that, and then gently lift it. Okay, so now we have this. I'll move this over to the side, and I'm going to get my heat gun, and I'm just going to heat it up. We're just going to heat it up so that the embossing powder sets, and you're going to see how gorgeous the color is going to be on this embossing powder. Okay, so now let's go ahead and lift this up. Sweet little bird. So you see it has those gorgeous golden tealish colors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this base right here. I'm going to put some glue on it. And I'm going to position it right here in the center of the circle. Then again, I'm going to take one of my zap dots in the 1/4 inch. So we'll grab one of these and we'll place it right behind our embossed bird. So here goes our embossed bird, and I'm just simply going to put the zap dot right behind it. And then I'm going to position my little bird as if it's holding that little heart. So we're almost done. The next thing I'm going to do is I went ahead and I made a little bow out of these fibers because I thought it was really fun to use fibers instead for this card. And we'll glue that down also with our craft glue. So I'll just put a little glob of glue on here and position that there. And then I'll grab one of these ginormous pearls and put that in the center of my flower. And then we just need a little bit more detail on here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white Jelly Roll pen and I'm going to do some simple stitching around a circle. And the reason why I'm doing this is because you see this paper in the back, the stripe has like some stitching in it. So I just want to tie in everything together. So that everything looks like it belongs. So I'm just going again, just stitching around the card. And this goes by really, really quick. So there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and stitch this little border piece that I put on here as well, because I just wanted to kind of match as well. So all of my craft pieces are going to have some stitching on it. And I'm just simply lifting the bow up after I positioned it so that it's there. And then I'm going to put some stitching also around my sentiment. So just again to tie everything in together. Like that. And then we just need a few more little stitches right here. There we go. So there you have it. Here goes a really cute and simple card that you can use for any particular event. You can put any sentiment here, or you can put any image here and it would look perfectly. This one I just wanted to put the little bird with the with the heart because I wanted it to kind of tie into the sentiment, which means sent with love. So I hope you guys like this, and again, this is my first version of this sketch. I will be making additional cards to share with you really soon. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I can't wait to share more with you really soon. Thanks for watching.